Boxing, at least in theory, isn't a sport that should be too difficult to mimic in VR. You punch using two hands, you bob, you weave. It doesn't require much in the way of complicated locomotion when it comes to moving around the ring. But somehow Manny Boxing VR, PlayStation VR's most recent stab at the genre, still comes up way short.
Good, excellent, left hook, perfect!
I will say though that that's not apparent from the get-go. Manny VR looks nice enough with decent character models and a fairly crisp resolution on our aging headset. And right off the bat, a few of the practice modes are a lot of fun. The training dummy and mitt mode specifically. Both of these minigames felt like good practice for the main event, and if the rest of Manny VR was any good, I could see myself dropping in to play these occasionally, maybe even daily. It was a promising start for sure. But something here just isn't right. First, you can't move around the ring, so you're just standing there toe-to-toe with your opponent Knockout League style, which immediately makes this feel like a VR game from 2015 rather than a late 2022 release. And when the round begins, things go from bad to worse. Blocking doesn't seem terribly effective. I mean, it does work to a degree, but because of how the physics in the game work, I found that simply pushing my opponent's gloves out of the way as they came toward me worked way better. So because of this, you're forced to dodge each punch, which yes, that should be part of your defensive strategy, but certainly not the entirety of it. So without a good defense, I went heavy on the offense and realized that I could just pound these guys into submission using cheap techniques, one after another after another. Not that the game even remembers that you've defeated anyone. There's a whopping 5 opponents total and no mark next to them on screen to indicate that you've won or lost anything. In fact, there's no real campaign. There's only one boxing ring, no progression system, and each match only lasts 3 rounds with no option between rounds to help you heal. Oh, and if you do hit the mat, you'll just have to cross your fingers and hope that your boxer will stand back up. It's completely out of your hands. 2, 3. Sadly, the multiplayer mode, which maybe could have saved this, is just completely baffling. It's nice to be able to step into the online ring through public or private matches, but the whole thing is just a mess. Unlike the single-player matches, you can actually move around the ring, albeit with the most convoluted button layout ever. Plus, there doesn't seem to be any boundary between you and your opponent. The game lets you clip right into the other player, and since blocking is useless, each match quickly devolves into a contest to see who can swing their arms wildly, resulting in a new sport that doesn't even resemble the sweet science of boxing.
I don't know how to move right. I don't know how to move.
I have to say that I'm walking away from this game severely disappointed. The training modes prove that there's some potential here, but even at the bargain bin price of $15, I'm not sure who I could recommend this to. You can see and do everything that Manny Boxing VR has to offer in under 30 minutes. Save your money and go play Creed Rise to Glory, or Knockout League instead.
Six, 7, 8.